that I paid $60 for, I'm not then going to be able to get that again. Yeah, I ain't going to pay $200 for something. It's maybe going to be $100. But I impulse bought that Star Wars blaster. It was a poor decision. It was $110. Then it was broken. And Amazon offered me to refund one of my other orders. Whole distribution supply chain issue. They offered to refund one of my other orders, which was $60. If I kept it, and the only thing that's broken is like the loading thing on the inside, which I can super cool. Can literally
Congratulations.
$60. So it would hurt me.
Good start from FUT.
Just like that, blinking, you miss it. FUT on the board.
Oh, we're up again.
The analyst desk was
Still
very
0 kills for
optimistic about
Zaysh,
Corps' pistol rounds.
Being any closer to a
pistol.
miracle.
Maybe
He's not going to do it in pistol rounds. I think that KC need to come in here and pull out the Odin. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
That might fix it.
Of course,
well, Mitch started TikTok about Star Wars merch. I might. I have many little figures, little fellas, little guys. And you know the best thing? I've been talking to Lothar and stuff. Maybe I shouldn't be listening to full-time streamers about how they spend their money, but Lothar is invested in Magic the Gathering cards and various other cards. Thousands of dollars. But obviously you make it back, right? You unbox a pack, you maybe get more. Now, obviously, you know, in the long term, you will not earn money on it. But then, remember those Yu-Gi-Oh cards I opened, Tom? Is this frozen?
Mine keeps freezing. Is that
Mine was frozen also.
It doesn't really matter in a round.
Refresh and it's working now.
You just said this. It's the pistol versus rifle rounds that they're famous for.
Are you back?
It's called the Castle Curse.
if I see Mitch doing content somewhere and it is a double peak, it's a karate chop to the mic.
In regards to players.
That's fair.
What's interesting is that the A site is fully barren, and if Shin does
my mic can handle it.
Walk,
unlike Dinko's, first time I cast with Dinko, he brought his mic and I broke it. Didn't even do anything. I broke it with static electricity, apparently.
On the site would mean that's a very easy rifle to recover. Now, this movement from Cracks, I think, is absolutely right. Sort of reading the timing, like, yeah, they could be faking and sort of
you'll never win it back.
But making sure
I wouldn't look at it as gambling. Because the thing is, you gamble and you lose. You get nothing. You gamble on these things. You unbox some cards. Worst case scenario, you got some cards. You know what I mean? That's better than nothing. It's like a lottery ticket. You get to keep and put on a little stand.
Defense missed the fall into the back of it. Scream trying to find a backstab. 7 seconds. Yep, ain't no time in this one, baby. The round is over, and it's solidified with a triple fight.
Are we allowed to swap the the bet to the KO on the other side?
No, I think if it was Cracks, I'd give you -2 gifted subs. That would be my offer if he hits 30.
So just sort of get cut down on those long-range angles and come out fairly worse for wear. Now,
drag a bad deal. No, because it
means
means if he hits 30, you gotta gift me 2, and if it doesn't, then I gotta gift you 2. But I would be confident versus KC and Cracks.
I wouldn't, because if he gets 30, I think that, why? If he even gets 25, I think this game's ended in like 10.
You might be right. You might be right.
Especially on a map like Ascent, doesn't give them the best options here in this third round.
If Cracks gets 3 aces back to back, right?
So can we just appreciate Kiwi and where he's holding? He was holding inside of B main with a Marshall.
Did that drone,
I don't think I've seen that before.
Which direction did that drone go? Did that go through market?
Other than last time I watched Kiwi, actually, because I literally remember him doing that. It's when he was his dash online.
Scream fairly deep now up in this mid position. No reinforcements really. The rest of his team focused on positions
still awake
might be pushing,
at 1 AM. See, I know that feeling, but only because I've been playing a lot of Star Wars.
Not much utility expended on the FUT side.
They're really waiting for
I got sick because I slept so little and drank so little water. I ended up with, like, I'm pretty sure I was just dehydrated beyond belief the next day.
Players stuck back site with the clock going down. This could just be lost on time.
It sounds
3 players. They don't have to fight into Scream. They
well,
can just focus
that's what
down.
happens when you play 18 hours of Star Wars in a
30
row.
seconds,
With
2
players
people
to the
back
of the
aside.
Yeah, to be challenged. They've got no idea that this position is being taken place, but no, the Marshal is
25
starting to shoot
seconds.
here
Here we
from
go.
Kiwi. Push from Thrax
What?
is
He's
going to
left.
stop them from even pushing even further. XMS on the case. Shin as well. Interrupted by Mr. Fallen. It's clean.
Let's go,
He's the only
Zaysh.
player alive, and he's got the spike in his hand. 7 bullets, 13 seconds. Not much going for him. But he's going to try and
Oh dear.
plant. No, it's a fake.
Oh,
Runs out of
what?
bounds, gets the first one. We'll try and plant for a
Hello?
second time around. Again,
What?
a fake. 4 seconds. Has to commit with it, but it's
Okay.
out in the open. And that's where Adakaptan
Sure,
would've
that's
put
not
a
the way
brain-
I would have done
well,
it,
put
but
a
like,
brain in his
that
bullet.
works.
No, put a bullet in his brain.
But after you'll retrieve the brain afterwards. But no, just the Ferrari swing right there. Running and gunning with the SMG. Exactly what you need there at the very end. And I mean, yeah, KC, they weren't able to find the pick on the screen.
On the upside, he has a bind to plant the spike this time, so
That is
the
good.
fact that they've got the Spectres not too
It's a
bad,
plus.
'cause you're taking all these low to mid-range fights.
Maybe it's a
feeling
toggle,
completely
that's why I didn't
happy.
do it all the
You also
way.
have the KO playing back in the smoke towards CT with a quick flash out on the right click, instantly able to find the one.
Pickle, what makes you think this is
And,
going to be a
it just
2-1,
falls
other than
apart
just to
for
troll?
Armine Core.
Well,
They
Tom,
didn't
I
even
actually
get
have a
the plan,
quote
so it's
from
not
you
even like they have
earlier
the extra money to try and go
that made
light
me
armor plus
believe this might
rifles.
go to
I
3.
think that may have actually ended up being
What's that?
fairly
I believe we
impactful
have
there,
it
and
clipped
like I was
somewhere.
Saying, the
You were
operator
saying
in
about
round 4 just
KC's,
puts the
what
side
are
on
they going to
lockdown.
say?
You didn't even
Yeah,
remember the
See,
quote, do you?
Completely spread out.
No, I don't remember it
Not
word
wanting
for
to
word.
interact
The
with one
internet
another.
remembers
Maybe
it.
You
mad
don't
at
even
each
remember
other.
what it
That
was
would be
about.
interesting.
I didn't even mention
Reading
KC.
a little bit
I
into
don't
it.
want to play with you.
But Ascent.
I'll do my own
You said about
thing.
Yeah.
Foot not being that good on Ascent.
That's
It's
why I
BBL.
said, yeah. Not the bit, but I didn't say anything. You started it with KC.
Yeah, because I said that it was a mistake for KC to pick it. You said, I thought aren't that good. The implication that I got was that KC would have a good chance of
Me
winning this.
saying that a team who have never won Ascent
XMS was hanging out in
so
pizza
far
with no
are
one, which
not
means
good
he
at
wasn't
Ascent
sharing
is
his
not the
food.
most mind-blowing thing. It doesn't mean that KC are good at Ascent.
Ooh,
That is true. You did
Okay.
also say that.
Kiwi's a pacifist. Refuses to kill Scream.
All right, we're reading into it a little bit too
Mr.
deep here.
Fallen
but
has
there's
the
also
Dodo
enabled, and
How are you?
Clearly an opportunity here for
That
the
recon was
KC
good,
side.
but
Mr. Fallen,
wrong angle.
is he
Unlucky.
able to get out of this? They know this is a corner that has to be checked.
Let's
But the
go!
Odin still keeps him alive.
Let's
Somehow
go! Look at the
keeping
damage.
This team alive in that one, and the rotates
Yeah,
already there.
that
Falling
round was
back,
definitely
but
won
no
by the
for KC.
Odin.
Well done,
Yes,
well
I
done,
mean,
well done. Slowed down the push, kept it so it wasn't a 1v.
You know when you get one kill with an Odin versus an eco and you're like, yeah!
and damage and you make them look elsewhere. Well, he was paranoid as well. Couldn't do that with a normal
and
weapon,
pivot
let me
off of
tell you.
that. But actually,
No.
kind of dig the way
Like,
Foot
there's
are
another
playing.
one.
They're
That's the
not
second
playing
kill of the
too heavy into
round.
mid. If they do find
Wow.
the mid, it'll be with the operator
Beautiful stuff,
early on
Mr.
into a
Fallen,
round.
aka
And then they're actually
Ben.
playing to like close the door on B a lot of times. Sort of give up that whole pathway up towards pizza because it's really hard to peek into defender spawn from mid because you have to worry about both left and right.
Yep.
Not necessarily always having players watching that on the defense, but just the fact they could be either side of you makes it really tough. So,
Well,
yeah.
And if
The
King is
Odin was
allowed
so
to do
good
that,
for
yeah,
Akron
I
side,
agree,
look.
Bo. I
got you.
agree.
taking advantage of it over and over again. We'll be dropping back.
There's always going to be
Just
haters,
throws
guys,
his
and you can't let
shorty
them
out
get
the
to you.
window. And
Funny
it's actually
enough,
sweet. That's
when he
actually
did
great
swimming, he
tech,
actually
though,
did
because
finish
you
third
only have the
place.
2 pumps in
Because
the
he's a
shorty.
dirty cheater.
So on the classic, you
What?
wouldn't mind, taking a shot.
All right,
but
that was an uncalled for jab. All right, I was I finished the race first. All right, and I did nothing but legal strokes. Nobody told me there was a percentage in which those strokes must be used.
But the fact is,
I was told dive in, do your little dive, do your little swim. I did those things. I won the race. What else can I say?
As the tree hits coming in, knowing,
But if
hey,
you were,
A main
say,
probably weak. You
looking
probably
at
have
the
1,
medal
2 players there
you were
max,
given,
as the enemy team is working up cat at the
Well,
same
Well,
time.
position
yeah,
does
the
it say on that?
physical,
I like the idea for
there
Foot to
was a
call
time
those sort of
penalty
mid-round
associated
presses, and
with
a lot of times, if you can
what I
catch out
believe to be
the
a
enemy team when they're trying to
misinterpretation
split
of the
you,
rules.
you're gonna
You
feel
did
so
legal
great about
strikes.
yourself.
Yeah,
Because Ascent
that's
is
a good
all
thing to
about being
clip.
able to find control through mid and then pivot into a site. It's why I think Jet
But,
is so powerful on defense
yeah,
because
I
it's
did
really
get a
hard to
bronze
fight
medal
over mid, I think,
in the
on
end.
defense, but just posting up an
Some
operator looking
describe
for
it
a-
as
for a
the
peek in
biggest
mid
crime in
forces, at the
national
very
Irish
least,
swimming
the
history,
responsibility out
but
of your opponents to-
I
yeah,
wouldn't
that
go
you got a
that far.
medal for cheating.
I did not again. There was no cheating. All strokes used
No,
were
they always
legal.
give time penalties to people who did everything within the rules.
Not in the position they would have liked to be, given that in the
In
pistol round that they
Formula
had, they thought
One,
they
you can get
were
a
gonna
time
win by
penalty
investing some
for
ultimate
exceeding
stats
the
they couldn't use
course
now that they had the guns. Now that they
regulations.
Yeah, which is
right?
fucking
The course
breaking
trends.
the rules. What do you mean?
And I don't know, and I agree. In that case, that is breaking the rules. That is
How's
is
this
cheating.
example gonna work?
That's called cutting corners. What I did was dove in, pointed myself like an arrow in the water, used my feet, used my feet like they were fins, and kicked myself more than half the length of the pool. But supposedly, if I remember correctly, it was a quarter is the maximum distance you're allowed to be underwater for in the breaststroke, butterfly, not the breast, butterfly. I hated that one. I asked them not to let me compete in it because I hated it so much. I knew I'd be last. And I was like, fuck you, I'm going to go under the water then. Alright, if a mermaid was doing this competition, I know exactly how they do it. Still got third place. Honestly, it was cool. Sorry, he's talking about national level Irish swimming. Alright.
Was it like the under fives? And by that, I mean height-wise, not age.
Listen, let me tell you, when I got in there, I wasn't swimming. I was doing aquabatics. Right? It was beautiful. People described me as a dolphin. No, it was the bigger one, a whale. And the way I moved through the water, I concur.
I think if someone called you a whale, that's not a compliment. I don't think they were like, he swims like a whale.
Yeah, whales swim
and you're like,
fast,
oh, thank you. Whales are very quick.
I'll tell you. Let me yeah, exactly. Let me look it up. Whale speed. Whales swim orcas at 56 kilometers an hour. I ain't ever seen a man that can swim at 56 kilometers an hour. So, you know, I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you, sir. Whales are very graceful. Exactly.
Maybe Bladestorm next round?
No.
Nope. Well, that is the call, but
Whale Aquabatics. That was my stage name.
Kiwi holding it out yet again. No, there's movement in his direction. Aljorin will be spotting it. Has to shoot
just
it
like when he did diving, they were like, you dive like a rock, and you were like, wow, I was very straight and went into the water. Like, yes.
No hesitation. My form was solid. Wow, thank you so much. I appreciate that. These guys are so nice around here.
Just turn everything into a compliment.
I mean, Carmine Corps have one pivot, and it's like play up a solo player into mid, hope you can get a kill and work into something, but nope. Shin backs up off that angle.
Oh,
work
dear.
into A, 30 seconds left. The XMS isn't here, so it's just a 3-player site take.
It's a 3-on-3. And that does not work for the defenses, although Shin is able to find one. Mr. Fall in with the
well, never mind.
Fury is raining from a distance.
Well, I think the Zaysh 30 bomb is quickly diminishing.
The dream is dying.
Maybe if we get to all 3 maps, he'll do that over the series.
Some way of dealing with it, and then you just don't have rifles.
Maybe.
You want to slam that button again.
That's a big maybe, though.
Right here, but you literally can't. I am shocked.
Shooketh. FUT 6-0. Good start for them, right? They are playing solid Valorant right now. Not that they're being pressured, at least to the extent that we've seen the past couple of rounds. It's been an operator show. It's been Kiwi just constantly grabbing pick
What was that replay?
I mean, okay, hold on. I'm like trying to think this through because obviously he had to have bought a sheriff. So the actual theory, because I think now Nevera has an operator, is that they so desperately wanted to have an operator on attack that they were committing a heavier save that round, if I'm trying to like do some kind of mental gymnastics.
Yeah, except for
I still don't think that's worth.
Could Zaysh have still not dropped an op this round?
Okay.
Their economy's still fucked as well. This shit's weird. 13-10 KC, you're on crack. They haven't even looked close to getting around yet. And probably because I've said that, they're going to win this one clean. Do you think G will qualify or not? I think they've got a good chance. I think winning 3 games in a row is going to be tough. And I think like RRQ have started to look pretty good. But I definitely think it's possible. I hope they do. I think they'd be fun to see in playoffs. To qualify to Japan, I think that might be a bridge too far. They'd have to like keep leveling up quite a bit.
Just make sure you get the mollies off.
Here we go though. 45 seconds. They've got the knife ready. Smoke's already gone.
They're going to have to push through this dry scream onto the side. Nanoswarm prohibiting the push, and it's a simple mowdown with all that hot lead up until their bodies.
I feel like that Hunter's Fury was a bit late.
KC really, apart from the ult kill from Shin.
Watch motion hell right here. This could be absolutely huge. Shin's trying to take the fight.
Okay.
From sight. Mod stays alive somehow. Zaysh on the top. Tries to stay on site alive against 2. It's difficult. Again, a very familiar position. We've seen him before, but hasn't been successful in the past.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
14
Nope, there we
seconds
go.
and counting, Mr. Fallen elevated, delivering 7-0 for
Where are you
Carmine
from?
Corp cannot
I am
find
from
their answer.
England.
Just from bad to worse here, Carmine Corp. No one's giving them their fight, and
Kazakhstan.
then they're eventually working in with very little time on
There's
the
some
clock.
decent professional players
This
from,
time, I think all the Killjoy utility goes
like in
on.
CSGO at
Does.
least. Is there any, like, obviously
After, like,
Demastic has
1
technically
second
moved to
down, they
Valorant,
used
but
the
he doesn't
Hunter's
really
Fury.
play anymore.
That's
Are there any
when they
other
used the KO ultimate.
Kazakhstani
So Killjoy had all the time in the world to
Valorant
actually
players?
get the util off.
I was trying to come up with what the short term is for that, but
you have a chance to catch that off and not get
I don't know if I'm
stalled out
correct
back in main,
or
but it just made
offensive.
the
In
spacing,
every
I think,
iteration
very
I can come up with.
uncomfortable working
Well, like
on the site.
Kazakhstan people. What's the abbreviation for that?
Kazakh?
Definitely a key indication
Kazakh.
of
That's
that
what it is.
particular
Okay.
case. But now, mid-aggression
Kazakh.
here from Carmine Corp.
I'm pretty
Killjoy's in
certain.
perfect position
But
to
if there were
capitalize on it.
multiple
He's got reinforcements, he's got position to
Kazakhs,
drop
then-
back
Yeah,
to.
I think it's-
He's got his clutch
Gotcha.
to the right spot, but
I think
doesn't
it's
deliver
just
the
Kazakhs.
right at the end. Scream ends up falling
I
into
wonder,
cracks,
like,
though.
Tajikistan.
And the push is halted.
You know what I
Stopped
mean?
in
Like,
his
there's
tracks.
so
It's
many
fair, didn't have
places
a
in the
second
world.
smoke
Does
break because he
everywhere?
used
I
one
guess
out.
everywhere
Waiting
has
for
that,
it.
right?
Azerbaijan.
Ireland,
Smoke in mid.
Because that's a
They're pushing
long
out, trying to
word.
capitalize off of the missed option.
Again, I
Okay,
know
no,
that's
that's-
offensive.
So in comms, this is getting
This sounds like a
awareness
camaraderie
isn't
type
there
thing to
in the
say,
heated
but
moment that
if I've
Scream tries
offended
to
any
take
Azerbaijanians, if that's it, if that's also offended people, I
The
apologize.
fact that you said it like a British yobbo definitely made me. It definitely sounded more offensive.
You know, I mean, it's a celebration, if anything.
Obscuring his vision, he can still deliver. He's got clear lines of fire.
I think he did basically say Aussie.
Aussie. No, Aziz.
Aziz is like a name, innit? That's the fucking
You
comedian.
gotta call him Aziz. You can call him A-Z-E. Aziz. I don't know. Give us another country. Someone pluck
Go on,
out a
Shin.
country.
We want one. We want one. We want one.
It's 2v2.
Oh, he's whiffed.
Oh
Oh,
back
dear.
into it. Add a captain to the back line.
Whiffy,
It's all
whiffy.
down to
Where's
Shin.
Shin
He's onto the
going?
sideline.
Where's Shin going?
Gotta move.
Can he find it though?
Nope.
They do swing simultaneously. And
You know
that's
what?
Foot
Turkmenistan's
not
actually a
allowing
great
KC
one,
to
because I would
win.
say Turks, but it's
I
obviously
mean, respect to
Not.
Shin,
Presumably
they're
not.
almost giving a chance for them to get into
So,
the round because
Turkmen?
Foot were not giving a fight.
like
to
roadmen,
Navarre.
like you
They're
were
going
Turkmen.
I don't
offside
think that
beaming
works.
The entire round.
Ah, Turkmen.
No one's actually peeking
Show
him
up.
from CT.
I don't know. That's
So
the best I can
Killjoy
do.
was in a
When
1
people
versus 2
from
until he can deal with the
Azerbaijan
side
go
players.
down
Then
the
Navarre
pub,
had a moment to
what's
peek
about
out.
to
He
be
gets
said
his.
here? I'm actually a
Probably
little bit
should've second,
scared.
bit unfortunate
I think
on
it's the
that one,
Azzy.
but Carmine Corp,
Uzbekistan.
they look a little bit lost without finding the
Oh,
early
he
fights
moved
right
away.
now, so you lose your dive player in Scream going into
What the
sight
fuck
because
is going
not
on?
all the smokes are out.
Uzbeks.
Casey getting
There we go.
fucking
Thinking a little bit.
stomped.
His
That's
hands
what's
are moving
going on.
faster than the mouth and the brains on that. And then after that, just solo fight after solo fight. And that's something you can't do against Foot. Like, Foot individually are so skilled.
Roadmen versus
Just in their
Turkmen.
ones.
5v5.
No, I think we just called
One
them
of the first things I
stans.
sort of noticed with them coming into this year, because I don't think expectations were sky high for this team. Or
Maybe
anything
it's
like
That
this.
only
maybe
works
it's
for,
literally
like-
Turk,
When it's like, hold on,
Turkmenistani.
like, you just have,
Yeah, that's what it
highlight
is.
reel
I'm
after
a stan
highlight
of
reel
them.
Moj dominating on the Killjoy. Mr. Fallen taking first fights on the Omen over on
Navarre
Lotus.
is not
And,
Navarring.
you know, the insane clutch moments as
Yeah,
well from Adam
normally he
Ascent.
gets at least 1 or 2 rounds to
You
them
saw
on
that
attack,
before,
where he
you
just
saw
gets
the
like a
whole package,
4K.
Now that the rest of the teamwork is starting to come together for the squad, they're making dents towards the upper side of the standings.
Yeah, they've definitely fallen back from that 6-man idea, and with the core roster that they've got right now, they're trying to build that coordination. And it's starting to work out for them. Slow, but still at the middle of the pack.
None
really,
of these
this,
feel quite
of this
right. Yep,
VCT
that's
MEA
true.
Championship.
Oh my, the lockdown at 40 seconds.
You know, I wouldn't mind a world where
just
EG
have
and
to play
Casey are the
fast
only
too,
ones
so
to
that's
lose
over
30-0
30
in
seconds.
franchising
There's
this
still
year.
Killjoy
Well,
util
Casey
there.
have already
Are they gonna
won
push
2
spawn?
games, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Oh, he's
No.
posted up.
Or you mean 13-0 as in our map
They've
score?
done it.
Double
Reverse.
volleys on lane and a turret. 25
Yeah,
seconds.
I guess
the spike is B main.
it's
Oh, and
possible.
it's a go on the B side.
They've been close.
Mr. Fallen looking for spread damage.
I feel like someone
He's
else
falling
lost
to a
13.
shit.
I guess
you're
no,
fucking
Fnatic
kidding me.
almost
Massive,
13-0
not only
at
huge,
someone.
Moj left on his own. He's
He
gonna be
had
suppressed.
something
They know
through
he's
the
at back
goddamn
of it,
smoke. They're
but he
pushing
does
to
get
10
one
seconds
before he
left.
drops.
What?
Shots by Shin.
Let's go,
Oh,
Shin.
Exactly what they needed. They don't have much time, but just enough to
What?
get the
They've
spike
got it,
out.
they've got it.
Absolutely
fine.
huge. Foot trying to funnel in one after one, just stalling. Don't let the spike go down. But that means 2 rifles in the hands, 4 players
Well, hold on.
entrenched
You
on the
sent
site
some
now.
Azerbaijanians in the chat. We'll ask them. We'll ask what they think. I think Aziz is quite complimentary.
Still ready to go. Also, double smokes for Kiwi to get down lane if you wanted to.
But we still haven't found out what they're actually called. Does anybody know? Azerbaijanians is what I would guess.
Oh,
just hold
well,
out.
okay.
No reason to push out.
Hello.
Open, though. This time around,
He's just hit him.
Onto Navera, makes
alright, that might have been one of the most optimistic attempts at a kill I've ever seen.
Hey. If you can't see them, they can't see you. Sam Fisher told me that. Alright? So I know it works.
Realistically. But he doesn't actually want to
I
give
have
the
a
operator
goldfish
over to
from
Navera.
Azerbaijan.
That's genuinely what the call is
Nice,
there.
congratulations.
I mean, tracing.
What made you go for a goldfish instead of the native fish species of Azerbaijan? What drew you to the goldfish of the country?
Genuine winning chances, and now charged up the ultimate off of that. You start to see a vision heading into the last 3 rounds.
8 is all they get. Zaysh about to drop 30. He only needs 26 more kills. I've actually heard he's a defense demon.
It's hard to say how much Karmine Corp can gain out of this one. You know, how much momentum they've really garnered, and how much
native fish species. Yeah, I mean, I'm talking like I probably would have went for the Akapenser, probably the Gulden Strategy Brandon Ratsburg 1833 variant. That's always a solid fish to go for from Azerbaijan.
Damn, Scream has 2 kills.
Azzy fish, if you will.
Scream, instead of pulling the trigger onto the alarm bot, ends up throwing a cloudburst at it, which means it's still there and still has to take it down. I'll try and right after him. He knows he's in trouble, so has to get out of there quickly unless he's able to find a kill out of Captain.
Oh no!
You silly boys.
He's playing the trigger discipline play.
You've been faked
He's
out.
gonna wait for more.
Oh no!
Oh, just
Give him
fucking
a call
kill
for
him.
Mr. Fallen to
Just
drop
kill
back.
him.
Scream is
No one
doing
else-
nothing.
You fucking plum!
Just for a second, but he's got an ace up his pocket and ends up still on top.
My heart! I couldn't take that for a second. Scream equally confused, but now dead. The operator is actually playing wide out on Heaven here. Look at this smoke.
I don't like
Just
this
trying to
game.
get a little bit of extra
I don't
space
like
inside.
it.
It's wacky.
It gives me anxiety.
But they're still not ready for this angle.
Oh no. It's the fucking 140, like the second you hit it, all the other bullets just disappear into the abyss.
But still 3v4, close endeavor, Spike gone down. Shin, he's got the Hunter's Fury. I wonder if he wants to play for the post plant with that, but no, he's actually underneath his sight, point blank.
Especially down in numbers, you can't abandon the site. Even if you use it for stall, you have to fight with your players or they die while you're using Hunter's Fury.
Oh yeah, I know, I definitely think I called this, that they weren't that good at Ascent.
Both of the players hand in hand, peek out from XMS, ends up dropping. Shin, good first shot, good double up, and now he's got only one left, so it's over. Recon to the floor.
No fucking way! No fucking way!
Again, but it's Shane on top. Quadra kill and a second for Karmine Corp.
He's lost that!
Round after round, just pulling
Yikes.
KC up. Insane.
He has the same amount of kills as the rest of his team combined.
This guy is absolutely cooking.
Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're
Comparing
doing.
body parts? Is that how it all works?
Look, I've got a whole bank of them. You know, like who would win, a foot or the blue wall that it tries to kick? Just unfortunately, Karmine Corp haven't given any moments to use them. Now finally a chance, but
well,
oh, that's nasty.
Shin's trying his best.
It's kind of nasty. It won't be utilized this round. Doesn't seem there's any mid presence, but it gained some info maybe.
Are we actually just going to see a full commit in with the lockdown here? Seems to be the idea.
Possible. We've seen it before from Karmine Corp.
You can also use Navera's ult just to scout Boathouse and make sure no one's hiding back there. Or use the operator and kill them.
You've got options.
Sky's the limit.
You should run.
Let's see what's the limit on this defense, though. Lockdown does put them under pressure. Yes, there's a fragment grenade to drop the
they got rid of
lockdown.
it. Nice.
So it does relieve it
That
for a
knife.
little bit.
That knife
I think they shot it, right?
And check out this double flank.
No, he threw that on the roof on site.
Don't really fake site, so why
that
not
didn't-
look for
they
the
couldn't even
fake?
see
You
it.
have so much time to come on the
But it
flank.
didn't get them.
There's no util watching the back either.
They know everything.
Shin
The
30
thing is
kills.
that
I
the two players
don't
at the back
think
of site
they
don't
got
really
the
have
wrong
help.
initiator. I think
that
they both
paranoia from
intentionally
bench.
picked
Actually, it's
one
all
that
the
they
player
know
stalls
won't
out
get
of
30
it.
kills.
Ooh, and one of the players on the flank already are down. And there's no real flank. It's as if there's two players in market, so no difference for Karmine Corp really, but they've got to deal with the two at the back of the site, and they haven't done that just yet. Trying to throw a fragment towards it. Moj delivering. Whoa,
Well,
nice
that one
headshot
angle is
there.
clear.
Moj still alive,
Okay,
still
good job.
trading
Good
in
job.
favor of Karmine Corp. And it's Guardians, operators,
8 rounds is all they get.
together,
I'm saying.
Through with a third round
The
for
comeback.
to at least close the gap a little bit before halftime ends.
What's the next
It's
game?
starting to come online for them now. Better late than never.
What do you mean?
I didn't see exactly what happened.
What's the next
to
map
the
you
mid
mean?
player.
Split.
Bit unfortunate, just falling on that,
Oh, no, I
that
knew that.
pressure point coming into the back. Because there was, ooh.
Yeah, so you don't need to worry about the
I
next
see
game
you,
then,
you
do
see
you?
me.
The Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
We got split to play still.
But one of them kills the other.
Get your split stats
not
ready.
very-
It's not very
It's not
We're,
friendly
doing,
neighborhood.
we're gonna mute the desk and do our own.
Spider-Man, is it?
It's like Venom.
Save isn't playing.
True. Oh, a Spider-Man.
Wait, who
different
is the
multiverse, you
6th
never know.
man of fuck?
Anything is possible.
Aren't they homies?
Wait,
I don't
really?
know.
Yeah, but there's always a universe where he can be evil, right? I don't know.
Did Liquid tweet
Multiple-
or something?
That shock
Multiple
dart stung.
variations.
Navarre's getting chipped like every round. Tough spot to be in on
Push
the
it in,
op.
got sick.
Ooh.
And that's the end of Scream. That's the end of Shin Kiwi.
All
Who's
right.
been
Well,
called
Kiwi's
the
had
executioner
enough.
this round, given the role and given the blades as well to just chase after him. He's looking to give him a gruesome
Give the
death.
blades.
Still, Calvin Corp are going to have to drop
Slash
back
'em
from
up.
that initial attempt. They know the A side is a blockade, but maybe they'll
We'll
try
be
and
playing
find
with
opening a
Harmy.
crack through the other walls.
It's hard to find cracks against.
Yeah,
Fud, 'cause
they
when
told
find
me
an
that
opening,
Harmy was their
they're very good
sixth,
at
like a
shrinking their
serious
position
sixth. He was in the
and not
crowd a
putting
lot of the
themselves
days
in
as well.
spots where
Well,
they're
he's not a
crazy.
serious
easy
sick
ones.
because
I
he was
nervous
an
for a second,
emergency
right?
sub.
Kiwi gets the second
No,
kill,
no, no,
pops
but
the
I mean,
knives,
they
he's going for some
said
upgrade
like we
craziness.
will seriously play with him. I
Falling
was
back
like,
just a
oh,
little
okay,
bit.
Yeah.
because
So now,
I knew Harmy.
the
I
clock
first met
rolling
him
down, they are
3 years ago,
rotate
working with
just a touch.
Bala, doing
Cracks
the
coming in. Now they have
Atlantis
the intention in mid,
scrims
but that doesn't
for
block off the fact that
Fortnite,
could still be a split
and
into trees. It's
Harmy
just
was
the
part
two
of
players.
Atlantis, so he was one of the people we were
Towards
looking
this
at,
B site. The fact
like
that
focusing
Moj's
on.
main is sick, but
Super,
he's got
super
a judge,
nice
so he
guy.
can't really fight out of this spot.
That's not
Oh,
like
you almost
I
just
don't
had
know
a
him that well,
freebie.
but
Well,
I know a lot of
Xmas
people
got a
that know
pick,
him.
and all of a sudden, this seems fathomable. Kill off Curax, and that's it. XMS looking to swing past it. Does use up space, and the
Oh,
team is able to obliterate. XMS still alive, excuse me. And he's even pushing through a smoke here. What a cheeky man. Mr. Fallen
Oh
has no
my
clue.
God, that-
XMS
Cheeky
finally
boy.
put to
I
his
can't
grave,
wait for
but this
Mr.
puts
Fallen
us in an
to.
omen
Oh,
1v1.
sorry, it's not Mr. Fallen, it's Ada Captain.
Versus Ada Captain.
They've
Ada
swapped it.
Captain.
versus
He's
Op.
got this.
But the HP matters as well. Nivera is down to 47, Ada Captain full. Walking into his own smoke, Nivera, you need to look at the right direction. Oh, but
I did do 40.
Oh,
no! The distance!
Goodness
But the
gracious.
swing from him
Did he get caught
allows
while
Nivera to line up his
while
shot
shrouded
and
stepping?
end up on top.
No, he was
8-4.
why sort
Comic
of,
Cop
yeah.
definitely close up the gap here.
Ada Captain's been watching a little bit too much TikTok. That's
was
trying
a-
to get a bit
that
extra
was a
with
brave
the teleport
play.
on that one.
Yeah, I
Nivera holds it
don't
down.
really like. The thing as well
a
is,
3 versus 5.
what do you
Converting
get
into
from that?
The 2 op kills went
Yeah,
on through.
like,
Here, the
that
judge
guy
Like,
is-
what you've
backed
basically
up,
done
initially
is
was
jumped
not an
across, he's
angle.
taken a shot, but you're still
XMS
teleporting,
wasn't
and then
able
you're
to
in the
peek
same
by
corner and
market,
he's
but
still
then I don't really
holding.
know what the decision was to step
Yeah.
back there.
Like,
maybe trying to
He would just have a
walk
shorty
the
in
way
his
back,
hand,
see if
and you're in a
anyone had
worse
gone
position.
into market. I don't know, but ends up costing them just
I
that
guess
pressure
maybe
coming
you
from B
bait
main.
him out, but like
And
he
probably could have been the
could
pivot
probably
point that
see
could've
where
won
the
them
shrouded
round.
step
Here we
went
were
from where he
praising
is.
from not having cracks in their walls, but apparently Carmine Corp was able to kick through.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's just like a strictly with judge there moment. Because if you have a rifle, you're probably playing like, maybe you're holding like a deeper line or you're more tucked in. I think you'd be a little bit more aware as opposed to slowly backing his way off the corner. But I mean, things got off so hot for FUT, right? Just hit after hit was stalled out. KC were completely taking their time. I do think the game simplifies a bit now for KC moving over towards the defense. A lot more room to control over mid, but that'll come down to Nivera's operator more often than not.
And look, I feel like Carmine Corp is always a team that works well off of tempo, right? When the feeling is good, when they're all coordinated, when the energy is alive for them, it's more often than not that they'll end up carrying on that tempo, carrying on the streak. And now they've got 4 rounds
FUT
in a
are so
row.
losing
Right,
this
so heading into the
13-10.
other side on
Fuck's
defense,
sake.
They're looking to feel a little bit more
To be
comfortable.
honest, 4 rounds is
Doesn't
workable.
look too far. Doesn't look too far at all.
I'd still be
Especially if Shin
surprised if
keeps
they
up
win,
the
because they
performance
haven't
like
looked
that.
great, but
That B site might not be the most fun to work into if you're FUT.
I have to say,
That's where
like,
he's likely
of
gonna be heading
all
over
the
on
days,
that solo,
I don't
but-
know actually,
I mean, all things considered, I think
is
that
this the
FUT,
one of the worst
well,
days
yes,
to
they'll
go
also
to
have 4
VCT? Because you're
rounds.
gonna get a
Their
lot
defense
of
looks
time,
quite
like you're gonna
solid.
get a lot
I
of
think,
like game time,
attacking-wise, there weren't
likely,
any, like, glaring
because
issues
none
there
of the
either,
teams are
so
particularly dominant. But I don't feel like you're going to see that much, like, very good
they said they
Valorant.
put Raze and Jet into this comp to mend
Well, that's it, man. I mean, if you're there for Vitality, 13-5ing someone, I think it's still pretty fun.
But it's like yesterday, right? So yesterday was a close game, Fnatic Vitality, but it was a 2-0 and it was the only game.
I mean, we were all surprised in general.
So it's like, you kind of went there for 3 hours and then you went home.
Scratching our heads, wondering,
yeah.
Karmine Corp have done what we wanted them to do.
Well, that's it. I mean, those Wednesday games are,
well, not really get rid of
rough
kind of like
for a fan to go to, I think.
It's more,
unless it's a particularly good game.
Style, not try and reinvent the wheel. And they're falling back to defaults, fixing up the smaller mistakes, and then slowly, breaching out to new frontiers.
See how much they can end up doing here, because I mean, FUT are just flying down tree, trying to make as
I
much
don't know
noise
if
as
in
possible.
some world, someday I'd love to see like the L1s in a tournament, but it's like, you'd have to have space in the season. Just from the perspective of, like, I mean like an off-season tournament. So say after champs, for example. Just because having that many teams play on stage would be hype as shit for fans. Like, you could have potentially great games if it was like round robin BO1s, for example. And you just pack them in, get like 6 games in a row.
But you say that, but there'd also be a shitload of downtime. Unless you had like the fucking rotating stage that, like, was it E-League or ESL? One of them did it.
Yeah.
That could like wheel people back out. You're gonna be probably sitting waiting for games more than you will watch games.
So here's the thing. I think you could do it with a good enough team where you have 20 PCs. So the guys who are going to play next are setting up their PCs and shit, and then we just move them to the stage and hook them up. And that should be the kind of 10-minute transition, right? I was not involved in the lock-in format, let's be clear.
Nicely done there at the end.
Clear on that.
Even though, I mean, 2 versus 4, KC put up a pretty solid fight with Navera sort of holding the peak out of the B main smoke. I just think all in all, I saw some like good sort of like map fundamentals, map theory ideas from.
But also no vetoes and stuff as well. If you were doing round,
what you pitch? This is just the crackhead tournament.
No, listen. Round 1, play a map. Round 2, play a map. Round 3, play a map. Just bang it out. Saves time. No one has to do vetoes. No, just get a format where people just sit down and play, and it's just non-stop action. That's what I want.
You just want shit games of Valorant. That's basically what you're pitching. It's like, we'll have loads of games, but all of them will be wank.
What if you do them? What if you do them online? Do them online so people are playing from home. Then you're vibing. Everyone's got.
But then how is that a good crowd experience? It's just you forget like what?
And then we get holograms of the players on the stage.
Right. So basically unlimited money, but none of it spent in the right place.
What do you expect from it regarding the
Yeah,
composition?
essentially, I think this could be the future. And then we fly the players out after the game to do the press conference.
It's the normal stuff. It's the normal stuff. I mean, on this
Basically,
round,
we'll invent fucking teleporters.
But a lot of times you'll see more fights over mid.
All right, players are off now to go back home, play the game. We'll be live in 2 minutes.
God's sake.
This round, I like the
one.
Go on, Scram. Yes. Get him, Scram. Go on. Oh, he hit the dick.
Finds a headshot onto our captain there, but it's through this box, which keeps them alive.
Go on.
Trying to come through.
Ace for Scram.
One bullet on each
Go
of their
XMS.
bodies, and that's it. They're done. Scream is also low, which means he's going to play a little bit more safe, which is why
Ace
XMS
ruined.
comes in to help out on the spike, putting pressure
Oh no.
on the captain. Looking to hold on.
Don't TP again. It was a nice try.
Keeps his team on top, for
The
goodness.
creme de la scram.
Once again.
Fuck's sake.
I feel like Le Screme de la Creme sounds better, but.
Some big headshots there. Did not
Or you
have
could call
a
him the
very
Scream
standout
de la
first half,
Cream,
but
which just
they
sounds
get some
horrific.
that right there, because I mean, just dancing on him, tracking off
Your
the
top
dart
5
there.
favorite teams in
Always
all.
the easiest
I
thing
don't
to do
know.
when you can't, have a rifle and just spam through a wall, but gets it slightly there and locks it down. But, I mean,
I like
the fact that
Data
one
Division.
pistol converted
I
in
like
round 2,
GE. I like Paper. I'm just naming
fearful
Pacific
operator
teams.
on this map. You don't
I
have
like
to worry about it. You have such a
Vitality.
good first half,
I
and
like
then you went out with a
Fnatic.
pistol, like, you in theory are looking at that.
Those are cool.
Maybe not for a long
I've
time,
named
right?
5
Because
already,
in this
so
case,
that's
they have
kind
to
of
play all the way
already
down.
like I'm
So
already
if they win this
finished.
round,
I was
probably
gonna
won't go
like
on
maybe
to the
put
next.
Leviathan
They
in there.
lose, they'll just never have one. And FUT are just
Sentinels because I
chilling all
like
over the
clout.
For now, out of captain front lining together with Kiwi.
You missed. I did miss Na'Vi as well. See, I've gone way over 5.
The openers just like this, still fathomable, still very much doable. They haven't cleared down Hivera though.
Let's go.
And he still has got his gun.
Only 23 more kills for Zesh.
Not only are they blinded, but we are as well.
We got hit by the paranoia. I'm going to cast off their screens down underneath.
What do you think is better
I
on
can
the
see
stage?
that Zesh
Zeish
is
or
doing
Zesh?
some... Wait, no, that's not Zesh. It's Mr. Fallen, perhaps? I can't quite tell.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot to wear my glasses today, so...
Nice.
If only I had known, we could have resolved...
It sounds like the most posh cream egg. It does, doesn't it?
You know, at the end of the day,
Would you like a Scream Della Cream?
Round, Carmine Corp won.
And that team is Carmine Corp, yes, yes.
Nice.
The corporation.
Mitch looks like the sort of guy to eat a Scream Della Cream.
I can't say I wouldn't try it.
We'll see how it happened. I mean, honestly, this setup from KC, even though they win, I want to see it change because it's begging individual players.
Mitch makes his
to
own.
just win on their own.
I'm not going anywhere with that.
It's a single player aiming. I want to see when Scream is playing more
rustic.
passive angles or not peeking into mid, he's playing in tree.
My most favorite
Zesh
team.
there.
I don't really have a favorite team. Like, I like a lot of different players on different teams. I think there's a few, like, very good organizations that I like, but there's no one where I'm, like, all in, like, this is my team. I don't really do that.
Entirely, and is tasked with winning his. But with 2 players here, like, I don't see the vision on the defensive side where it's hide in a corner, hope you win yours, even though Jet can't dash out and escape there. If there's one player, you win that, you're fine. If there's ever a second player, you're in big trouble.
Favorite player.
Big trouble, big trouble.
And this is the setup I wanted, right? 2 players here. It's Navera taking first contact with the flash.
I don't want to say Munya.
Pulls the trigger and keeps
I really like
it
Munya.
down. Ends up with 2.
And Laz. Those are I'm naming 2.
Misstepping their way into A, but the site is still theirs. We're looking at a retake. It'll take some time till Shin comes there.
But then again, if you go down EMEA, I really like Twiston as well.
Just try and catch XMS
So
on the
you've
spam.
ended up with 3 players. His favorite team was
Placements are all going to
Tyloo,
be on
and then
site. This
Hellraisers,
turret
and then
actually
Flipside.
turned off on the attack.
Right.
Is supposed to watch out for the heaven peak, and now it's back online again. So they're not.
I
concerned
don't
about
like
getting swapped
eyebrows.
right there.
Why is this freezing
on
so
Shaw,
much?
though.
Fucking Twitch, man.
2 players in hell. That's what I can tell.
Oh no, still freezing.
That is
Even
what I
after
can
I've
tell as
refreshed
well.
it.
Mine's freezing too. Mine's
They break
frozen.
the recon. Shin
And it's back. Yeah.
on top. They double up on heaven yet again.
F's in the
that is
chat
Kirax.
of the main.
It's freezing for them. It's freezing for them because he just paused when it. The fucking
It's the
eyebrows.
connection from striking.
Look, I just think the grit they showed.
The eyebrows fucking
Right,
rebrand
the
is the
teamwork,
worst rebrand in
battling
history.
against
Yeah, that was
adversity,
horrendous.
against a retake that was coming in with players and
Oh,
rifles.
but yeah, there
and
goes your
abilities.
fucking 10 is all they get.
They just showed the tenacity in order to come ahead in this round that they, as you all saw, won.
Moj.
I wish we could have seen it too, to be honest.
We did not
I'm
see
really
it,
trying my best
unfortunately,
to
Ender.
Because I can see about like 2 players on each side, their actual POVs, just like looking down into the venue.
Yeah.
But it's not always the easiest to tell what's happening.
No, it's not easy at all. 11-5 though is the current score. Still, if you consider how close FUT are to closing things out, it's quite difficult for Carmine Corp to
Pull a
draw
caster
back, right?
curse?
Like I said, they work.
Oh, there's
good under
absolutely
tempo,
no
under
way
momentum,
that Carmine
and it got
Corp turn
stopped
it from
very,
here.
very early. Haven't been
And
able to build it
Zeish,
since.
I don't even think he'll get
It's
more than
necessary
10
to do it
kills.
now because they don't really have much ground to give.
Yeah, and I think like
That's the best
coming
I've
down
got.
to it, like they're the ones calling timeout. Like the call has to be, we have to support Scream. It can't just be him against the world.
Like, Mitch
But
literally
against odds,
put
we can play with utility.
$500
Ascent
on the
is, like,
line
the
that
Jet
Zeish wouldn't
playbox
get 30
map, the
kills.
Jet
If that's
KO,
not a caster
hold
curse
hands,
I've ever
you can
seen.
go anywhere together. Tree, B main, A main.
I'm trying to help
You
the
can play,
boys
like,
out.
deeper setups towards CT
Let me be
market.
clear, I
We're
can't
sort of playing
afford to
off
pay
one another. There's so
$500,
many
but
options.
if it's what gets
Just
KC
get back
across
to
the line
basic
for my boy
fundies, the
PM,
fundamentals,
I
and
got
we'll be
you.
fine.
Good old fundies.
Some reverse match
Draw
fixing.
it back.
He only needs 23 more kills, you know?
Well, the buy is rough, so it's not going to have to
But
be
they
this
might have
round.
lost this game in
It's
2
gonna have to be
rounds.
the next one where FUT will be on map point,
Hold on.
match and series
KC are
point.
just in the spawn. Is this
500 on the line if he gets 30 and wins this match. Fuck off.
They were just hanging out.
He's your
having a
boy
good time.
now. I had some
Maybe
good
they're doing,
chats
like, a huddle.
with PM.
Sometimes,
He's a
you
good
know,
guy.
when you have an eco round and
Oh,
just need
yeah,
some momentum,
there's
you
some
just do a
chats about the
group-
team as well.
group
Can't
hug.
say, can't
Could
repeat
be
any of
that.
that,
That is
but
a
it was
theory.
interesting.
We do
Good
like
dynamic.
SK Rossi. We do like
Never
Rossi's the couple of games he's played. He's been fucking. He's been unreal. I hope that he keeps it up.
It's drawn 4 players towards the speed
I also
side.
really like the fucking
Now,
pajama
FUT
bottoms he
will
was
be
wearing
finding
during the
site
matches were
fully
hilarious.
barren, open.
Yeah, the money is actually a little bit funky for FUT here too. Fallen with just
Pluto's got 500 gifted on the line if he gets 30.
Right. Yeah, but from this point, it's like, for the fucking chances.
I don't know, dude. If he just goes full John Wick, it's the funniest shit I've ever
like
seen.
23 kills. They'd have to win basically every round, so that's 8 rounds. So he's averaging basically 3 kills a round. Like that, basically. He would have had to do this. This is what he would have had to do.
I robbed him.
Extraordinary round there from Kiwi. Of course, he was up against pistols, but he had to make that look extravagant.
Everyone's blind against pistols. Get everyone, yeah. Add it to the montage. Add it to.
All right, he needs 3 kills a round, and they need to win the next. No, actually, that wouldn't be enough anymore, because then that wouldn't be in regulation. So it's not possible, is what we're saying.
Nothing you can do against that one whatsoever.
Mitch Woman was the best thing you could come up with on the spot. You could have called him Bitch Man. Like, that's a much better insult.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe you should have killed him. Like, I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. Solutions by Ender.
Cry more about it. All right. So this is the same setup from FUT
10 if
last round,
KC somehow win this. That's only 7 rounds in a row.
The B site, pull the rotate. See Scream playing back towards CT has moved over towards B now. They're actually going to
There's one thing Zeld knows his way around.
This time around.
Ignore that comment.
Be a fucking Kiwi.
Nope, we're not reading
be a Kiwi, you're goddamn right.
He's a
You know what that motherfucker did? You know what he did? He texted me and he said, I have a gift for you. And have a fucking guess what this dickhead turned up to my room with. He presented it like it was a goddamn national treasure. A fucking Kiwi. Hands me some hairy ass fruit. Can't believe it.
I thought it was just going to be the Kiwi skin. I felt like that would have been better.
Yeah, just cancel it.
Taking it down instantly, and Scream will be pushing out through his smoke.
Because you could have still just eaten it like a normal Kiwi.
I don't like Kiwis. So.
Oh, I do like Kiwis. I just don't want to eat it like a ramen. Oh dear. Here we go. 1v.
Into this one as if it's a fishbowl because they're on the outside and his foot inside.
Easy for KC. Map 3.